welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live. I'm Jake Johnson, and tonight is Friday on the phone. Come on in, take your shoes off, set a spell. It's going to be a while before anybody shows up. That's all right. Got some new things happening here. There she is. There's Amanda. Much better? Okay. I thought that might be better. Hang on. Okay, there's everybody. Hey, Kevin Cox, Lisa Reen, Amanda. Amanda, you get the gold star twice. You get two of them because I tried something new and it didn't work out. Rumble Studio has a new software, a new app that allows you to stream to YouTube and to Rumble at the same time. Apparently, it didn't work out. It was pixelated, so I kiboshed that and came back over to YouTube. So never mind the titling. I'll retitle it after I'm done. It's running late tonight anyway. My buddy Mac and I were jamming out, so I was a little late getting home. So, but I did get some coffee in me. That's good. That's always a good thing. How is everybody? Lots cleaner. Thank you, Lisa Reen. Kevin Cox, my buddy. Amanda says, hi, chat. Good to see you all. Happy Friday. Hope all had a good week. Hiya, Jake. How are you doing tonight, love? I'm running like a chicken with my head cut off, but I'm here. Kevin says, hey, Amanda and Lisa Reen. And Nabil Paraban says, hi. Hi, Nabil. Amanda says, well, I'll just take 1 star. Okay. All right. I offered you 2, but don't say I never gave you nothing. It was running both streams at the same time, playing them. What do you mean? Fab Daddy, what's up? Happy weekend. Amanda says, hi, Kevin. Hi, Fab. I only saw 1 stream, but it was super pixelated. Yeah, they're going to have to work on that. It's brand new. I had something in my teeth. Kevin says, April will be on soon. She's eating Chinese takeout at home. Chicken egg foo young. I had her once. Good stuff. Amanda says, it was lagging and it was playing both at the same time in Rumble or in YouTube. Was it split in half? Is that what you're saying? I'll figure it out. Might have just been on my end. I don't know. I've never used that software before. I thought I'd give it a try. It didn't work out. So, whatever. Fab Daddy says, hey, Amanda. Hey, Kevin. Amanda says, yep. It might have just been mine. I got a nice little gift in the mail today. A nice big old bag of Cubans of different varieties, apparently. One of everything, it looks like. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that. Appreciate it. I'm going to enjoy one in a moment. Right now I'm smoking a cigarette. Caribou. Lick again. You look like a painter. Why, thank you. That was a weird compliment, but I appreciate it. Kevin says 100% cat and dog free Chinese food. Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Did you get that link that I sent you? Fab Daddy says stogies. Yes, a whole bag full of them. Looks like about 20 of them. I hadn't counted them, but there's a bunch of them. They're going to be lovely. I love a good Cuban every now and then. Naviz Blue Cruise says, hey, what's up, Naviz? Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, newcomers. Come on in. Pull up a chair. It's going to get wild tonight. I might even get naked. You never know. Probably won't. Haven't seen it yet, but I will when I get home. Excellent, Caucasian. KG, welcome. You look like Jimmy Savile. Hey, that's offensive. You watch your mouth. He ain't nowhere near as pretty as I am. Nassim Washington says, can you shave your mustache? Yes, I can. I'm not going to, but I can. Navil's Blue Crew says, do you know Laney Breedlove? I do not. Amanda says 25 different flavors. Wow. There's 20 of them and there's 5 different flavors. Well, that's awesome. I can't wait to try them out. And Caucasian says he just got that mustache. And already you want him to shave it off. Look, people are dying to just touch this filthy mustache. Don't you worry about it none. Fab Daddy says, if you get naked, I'm out of here. I'm naked already. You just don't know it. Russian says, greetings from Russia. Greetings. Welcome, Russia. Come on in. Caucasian says, facts. Who dat says, hello, Russia. Godspeed. Protect yourselves from the Muslims. Well, there'll be no talk like that around here. Amanda says, leave that sexy mustache alone. I am enjoying that nice cup of coffee. I've been looking forward to that all day. Been a long day. Long day for a Friday. I was supposed to get off at 4 o'clock. That didn't work. So I got off at 5 o'clock. Then I had to run over and jam out with my buddy Matt, who's around here somewhere probably, and or supposed to be. Hello, if you're watching. If not, whatever. And we got jamming a little bit, and it started getting later and later and later. And I said, I better get on to the house before I get late for my podcast. And I made it just in the nick of time. So a few minutes late, but that's not bad. Charles Anderson says, just make sure you don't catch yourself jacking it in San Diego. Nope, I do that in North Carolina. San Diego ain't my style. Hip hop Fortnite. Hop on Fortnite, bro. Don't do Fortnite. Sorry. Wrong channel. North Carolina, Nazim. Negro. See what you did there? I see what you did there. Now, since you're playing silly games, watch what happens next. Kevin Cox says, I will not leave if you get naked, but I might laugh. You might be embarrassed. Charles Anderson says, LMAO, like I didn't do that on purpose. Let's see what you get. See what happens. I'll definitely laugh, just like last time. Nassim says, I'm in the South, bro. Cool. Salt and vinegar is my favorite chips. Welcome to the show. You got scammed by your local administration. What do I do? Sue, baby, sue. That's what you do. Yeah, whatever. L, Bud, Day, E. Rick Larry says, I have an extended barrel. Me too, brother. I feel your pain. Russia says, dude, we have Muslims in our country. Muslims in Russia are good. I have a lot of friends that are Muslims. I'm Russian Orthodox, but bastards, it's another nation. Right? I said nothing about your nation. You talked to that guy that was talking that nonsense. I told him not to say that anymore, so I'm on your side. Okay, newcomers, I've let your mouth off enough, so let me go ahead and tell you how it goes. There's ladies here. Watch your mouths. I'm in plenty of good mood, so we can have all kinds of fun. We can go down any kind of rabbit hole you want to. But if you act up, you're out. Simple. Behave yourself and you're welcome. This is not a right, it's a privilege. Remember that. And have a good time while you're here. Let's see if I can get that light out of my eyes. That's better. something in Russian. Kevin Cox says, right on, Squatcho. My Cyrillic is rusty. Mine too. And dull. Kevin says, wait out, speak Russian. And I don't speak Russian. What movie is that from? 10 points, anybody knows. I don't speak Russian. Salt Vinegar says, I supported our local Trump admin and they threw me under the truck. Well, you should sue them if they threw you under a truck. Amanda says, English, please. Brozik says, YXD. I don't know what you mean. Amanda says, hey, Caucasian. Rick Larry says, skull, skull. Is that a bad thing? In your phone, huh? In my phone. That's right. Phone. Correct. Absolutely. Phriday, Phriday, in my Phone. Correct. Sasquatch says, Amanda. That's what the cops do to criminals, says L-Bud-A-E. So they're supposed to. Caribou says, ghost. I think that's a ghost playing a trumpet. That's a peculiar ghost you have there. Yellow or pink peeps, says Fab Daddy. Neither. Peeps are disgusting. YouTube is not a free speech platform, says Caucasian Sasquatch. You are absolutely correct. It is not. So watch your mouths. Stefan, welcome back. What's up, buddy? He says, hey, guys. There's my April Rain. Hello, everyone. Much love. Hey, April. Stefan says, hi, April. And Amanda says, hi, Stefan. Look at them sexy J badges on those beautiful names. I love it. Please do hit that like button while you're trolling me. There's only 5 likes and there's 28 people in the chat. So step it up, boys and girls. And also, hit that join button if you feel so inclined. You will learn things you can't see anywhere else. Ever. So, trust me, you won't regret it. It's worth every penny. Check it out. Peeps, yuck, says Amanda. Caucasian says April. Amanda says April. Fab Daddy says plastic or real colored eggs. Neither. I like my eggs white or brown or speckled. I actually prefer the speckled ones. It's great, just late, says Stefan. It's 2 a.m. here. Well, good gracious, Stefan. I'm glad you're here, even if it's so early in the morning. Amanda says real colored, tie-dyed at that. I don't do Easter. So, no colored eggs for me. I don't celebrate fertility rituals. However, if you guys would like to join me on Tuesday, the 2nd, for Passover, you're more than welcome to do so. I will be here on the live stream doing Passover on Tuesday, the 2nd. And it'll be lovely. So come hang out with me if you wish. Caucasian says, like how to tie a wish knot. Is that thing you put a cherry stick in your mouth and pull out a knot? Is that a wish knot? I don't know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about a love knot? The thing that goes like that? Caribou says, too much caffeine, not enough caffeine. I need some cocaine in my caffeine, but won't let me have any. Last time I had some, I nearly burned the whole place to the ground, and I'm talking about the town, not the house. So they told me I couldn't have any more. But other than that, Amanda says, hey, come check out our brand new Untethered Live Facebook page. Right there is the link in the chat. Go follow us over there if you wish. You can chat amongst yourselves. You can share videos and pictures. You can keep up with what's going on at Untethered Live because it'll all be there. Caucasian says, nope. It's the knot you wish you could untie. Oh, I've never found a knot I couldn't untie. A little known fact about me. I in my spare time, like to pick locks and untie knots. It's kind of a OCD kind of thing, but I'm pretty good at it. I've yet to find a piece of rope I couldn't get out of. Fab Daddy says, I got some of this wish knots. I don't think he's saying what you think he's saying, but maybe. You've got some of those wish knots. Gordian knot. But what do I know, right? I've yet to find one. I've had some pretty mean knots tied on me, and I've got out of every one of them so far. But I'll try that one too. I like knots. I like to tie people up in knots. Like a pretzel. You do the imagining. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything fun? Anything exciting going on in your lives? Anything new? I got some new stuff going on in my life. It's pretty interesting. Been busy for the past few days. Yeah, you ain't ever gonna untie without damaging the rope more, says Fab Daddy. It's possible. Tom, except for those cigarettes. You can't get out of those. I absolutely can run out of cigarettes. I do it all the time. But thank you for noticing. I take it you're not a cigarette advocate, despite the fact that it built the country you live in. Pretzels, baby. Yes. Lisa Reen says, I had a tough time finding crackers without yeast. I know, right? It's hard to find. Even those oyster crackers have it. I had to buy an organic, fancy, tiny box of high-dollar crackers. The wine was easy to find. Well, congratulations, Lisa Reen. You did something that's hard to do, finding kosher crackers. Sasquatch says, Lisa Reen. Fab Daddy says, awesome, Lisa Reen. Amanda says, then just make more. I'll tell you what I ought to do. I don't have time to do it this year. But next year, I might make some crackers and send them to everybody because I've done that before and it turned out real nice. But for reference, should you desire to do so, you can go to Amazon and get this. It's probably backwards on your screen because I'm on my phone. But this is a very inexpensive little device. If I can get into it. That has your cracker and your wine in one little cup, sealed. Pretty interesting. So if you get a chance, try that. Tom, my mama didn't raise no quitter, son. I'm a man, you know? Fab Daddy says, I'll just bake my own. That'll work. Richard Duggins, smoking, drinking, gambling, my three favorite things. Fab Daddy says flour, water, salt, and a little baking powder. Caucasian says it's straight. Is it? Amanda says nope. It's forward, right? That's all right. Forward. Tom says, how did cigarettes build this country? Well, I'm guessing you're under the age of 18. Tom? Fab Daddy says, Passover for you is 3 hours before mine. That's interesting. Mine's at sundown. When's yours? Sundown on the 2nd, which is 14 days past the spring equinox, which is where it should be. That's super fancy. Yes, it is, Lisa Reen, and that was a gift from Amanda. So if that helps, check that out for next year or whatever, or I might make some crackers and send them to everybody. West Coast. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. I understand, Fab Daddy, but we're all going to celebrate it at the same time, relatively speaking, because, you know, I'm pretty sure God sees the whole world. Doesn't matter what time zone you're in. What matters is that sundown is when Passover begins. Now, the reason it begins at sundown, we'll get into on Tuesday when talking about the actual Passover. We'll read the little scripture that talks about that. And I'll describe to you why at sundown. So it doesn't matter the time. It doesn't mean that if you're 3 hours ahead of us in a time zone, that you'll be doing something wrong if you wait until sundown, because it's sundown here now. It'll be sundown where you are at some point, and when it is, that'll be the appropriate time to start. But we'll wait until the end of the podcast so that it's sundown everywhere. How about that? Caucasian Sasquatch says, after indigo, it was cotton, then tobacco, but before all that, it was hemp. That's right. You can thank the cotton gin for getting rid of that lovely little trade. Fab Daddy says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hemp won the Revolutionary War, says Caucasian Sasquatch. That's right. Kevin Cox says, cigarettes were one of the first commodities in Virginia, and the world bought them. That's correct. It's one of the first commodities up and down the East Coast. Matter of fact, a large quantity of the tobacco sold in America comes from right here in North Carolina. And we have a lot of fields that make tobacco. Amanda says, we need to go back to making stuff from hemp like before. I agree. Hemp is an amazing plant. You can do almost anything with it. You can even make clothing or paper or materials or oils or any number of things. I'm pretty sure you can make fuel out of it if you do it right. Like Cuban cigars. They were and still are a big financial industry. Correct, Kevin. Very good. My man knows his tobacco. Caribou says, it's 3 a.m. over here. Where you at, Caribou? Caribou, sorry. That's got to be a wig. It's not a wig. That's all hair. It's me. Right there. It's mine. Military man says, how are you? How are you, military man? Welcome to the show. Yep. Did you serve in the military? I did not. Amanda says, yes, Kevin. Look at Ybor City. Cigar factories everywhere. Caucasian says, and it grows anywhere, right? Amanda says, yes, Caucasian. South Africa. Caribou. Welcome, South Africa. Speaking of South Africa, I like that band, The Antwoord, as weird as that may sound. I rate it, says Big Juicy. Congratulations. Military man, says Caucasian. I'm good. How are you? I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Caucasian says, wouldn't take him. He's too mean. Talking about me in the military. Not only was I too mean, but I was also an only son, and I have some serious health issues, physical ailments, as it were. So they didn't want me in the front lines. So I'm one of those guys that'll be right here at the house when you come over here, and I'll tear your ass up on my property. I won't go to your house to start any trouble, though. Amanda says, LOL, Caucasian, sometimes. Military man says, Caucasian Sasquatch, what? Cody Hammock says, Trump or Biden? Well, my political beliefs or my personal opinions are mine, and yours are yours. And we're here to have a good time and meet people. So let's not lead with politics, shall we? There'll be a time and place for that. Right now ain't it? Weed is illegal here in Kansas, but you can grow hemp, which is weed. Weird. Lisa Reen. Dennis Bigfoot, hadn't seen you in a while. Heard he has a tail. Dennis, Bigfoot. That's horrible. It's a trunk, but whatever. Amanda says, hi, Dennis. And Binary says, King Cobra's dad. No. Nobody's dad, except for my children. Fat Daddy says, LOL. What kind of symbol is that, Amanda? Is that two skulls? Or a panda bear bent over? I can't tell. Dennis says, hi, Amanda. The Caucasian says, Dennis. All right, everybody, hit that like button, please. There's 24 people in chat, but only 8 likes. That math don't add up. Also, if you want to see stuff you've never seen before, do stuff you've never done before, hear stuff you've never heard before, and witness wisdom and intellect entering into your brain, hit that join button down in the bottom of your screen there. You won't regret it. I guarantee it. Oh, it's an elephant. I got you. Elephant trunk. Where's the trunk at? Oh, it's a little elephant. I see that. Just looks like a gray spot to me. Heffalump. I like it. Dennis says, yeah, I've been working a lot the last few weeks. Praise God. Praise God, Dennis, indeed. I'm glad you got to work, though. That's nice. Hey, Sasquatch says, Dennis, good to see you. Fab Daddy says, right or left eye is dominant. Right eye. I'm blind in my left eye. Jordan Rayer says, what you doing over Easter? Nothing. I don't celebrate Easter, Jordan. Thank you for asking. I do celebrate Passover, which is on Tuesday. So Amanda says, I forgot. You are on your phone and can't see it, right? Tiny, teeny, tiny. And Jordan says, what you doing over Easter weekend with your family and friends? Nothing. I don't celebrate Easter for the second time, but thank you for asking. I do celebrate Passover, though. If you would like to join me for that, I'll be doing a live stream Tuesday night, so come join us. But it's Passover, so be good. Come if you want to read the Bible. If you don't come. Dennis says, I've been lurking and falling asleep in chats. I hear you, buddy, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're sticking around. Caucasian says, right eye, but trained to pew left-handed. Richard says, no Easter for me neither. Right on, Richard. Fab Daddy says, I'm left-eye dominant, so the military made me shoot left-handed. It sucked, right? But here's the funny thing about me. I was born with what's called amblyopia. And what that means is I'm nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other eye, and I do not have binocular vision. I see out of one eye or the other eye, but I don't see out of both of them at the same time. I cannot, for example, see three-dimensional objects. Like, those fuzzy pictures that you stare at and an image will jump out at you. I can't make one work. I can't go to 3D movies. It just gives me a headache and everything looks blurry and green for whatever reason. I just can't see 3D. But that's the weird thing about me. So there you go. And I'm also legally blind in my left eye. So it's just kind of hanging out there. It sees color, but that's about it. Yes, casings eject out the right side of the gun and they burn you. Well, you got to move out of the way, buddy. Set your alarm, Dennis, says Kevin Cox. That's right. Set your alarm. Uh-oh, Jordan. Don't repeat yourself. Amanda doesn't like that. Caucasian says, which makes riding shotgun a spicy proposition, right? Well, actually, I drive pretty well because you don't need to see to drive. You just need to hit the gas and pray you don't hit anything. That's all. Just go that way. If you wanted to stop, you should have thought about that before you got in the car. Square. I live in Scotland. and they want to be a real American. Well, you have the best accent, so stay where you are. But you're welcome here. You won't be happy, though. We don't have great accents. But welcome, Square. Good to see you, lad. Yeehaw, laddie. Hey, laddie. You can't square with me, boy. I've seen Braveheart 50 times. 50. Yeah, because I'm clearly a Scot. All right, boys and girls, what you guys want to get into tonight? Please hit that like button, by the way. Helps us get recommended to other people. That's what we want. Bang me some haggis. Fab Daddy, I done told you about telling us your sexual preferences. We don't want to know what you're into, buddy. Scotland is wet and cold. I bet it is, Carabo. I bet it is. Freedom, says Kevin Cox. That really is a great movie, as inaccurate as it actually is. Not a very accurate movie, but it's a great movie. Mel Gibson, mwah, chef's kiss. All right. You guys want to hear a song? I'll play a song. They get comfortable. How does a guitar get out of tune just sitting there doing nothing? Here's a song I wrote not too long ago. I think it was 1996. It's raining like the devil outside my window. Coldest night in April is in the wind. Every drop I see falling, I hear your voice calling. Boy, it tears my whole world all apart. Here it comes again, lightning, the thunder, wind. That rain keeps falling and it takes me there again. Here it comes again. Here it comes again. Lightning strikes a power pole, all the lights go out, and I finally realize life is all about. Then the walls are built around me slowly tumble down. Pieces shatter as they fall to the ground. Here it comes again, like the thunder wind. comes again. Here it comes again. See you later, Caucasian. Good to see you, man. Much love to you, too. It's raining like the devil outside my window. Coldest night in April is in the wind. There you go. There's an original song for you. Caribou. There you go. A little bit of that for you. Later, says Fab Daddy. Amanda says, night, Caucasian. April says, hi, Amanda. Caucasian, much love. Lisa Reen, Dennis, Caribou, good to see ya. Nice, Jake. Thank you, April. Hi, April, says Amanda. I was thinking about you when I wrote that song. Believe it or not. What do you think about that, young lady? I want egg fondue, says Fab Daddy. Again, stop telling us about your sexual preferences there, Fab Daddy. We don't want to know. Amanda says, check out the brand new Untethered Live Facebook page. Here's the link right here. Go check it out. Don't miss out. You're going to see something there that you've never seen anywhere else in the world. My problem is I don't know what any of those words mean, so I just end up ordering chicken sticks every time. Because I don't eat things I can't pronounce or recognize or understand. I have rules. One rule is I don't eat anything that don't rot. I don't eat anything that don't come out of the ground. I don't eat anything I don't have to kill to eat it. And I don't eat anything I can't pronounce or recognize. Simple. You are really good looking. Thank you, Ottoman NPC. That don't float my boat, but I appreciate the compliment. And as far as letters on a screen go, you look pretty sexy yourself. Chocolate-covered cashews. I'm just saying, I don't eat that nonsense either. Dennis Bigfoot says, and he don't eat off my plate either. That's right. Fab Daddy says, you are lucky I am not getting super dirty-minded. Just a little bit. Fab Daddy, I love you, man. April says, I got sweet and sour chicken with crab ranch. Basically, that's the cream cheese. And it's really good with some rice. That does sound good. Sounds delicious. Thank you, mister. May God bless you. And may God bless you, Ottoman. Hang around. Hit the like button. If you want to hear a song, let me know what it is. Oh, I've been demonetized. Rangoon. Now, I like Rangoon. Here's what I like to do. I'll get a quart of egg drop soup. You know what I'm talking about? And a bag of Rangoon. And I'll dip it in the egg drop soup and eat it. It's delicious. Try that if you hadn't already. Why they call that, I don't know. Rangoon is crab meat wrapped like a ravioli. Rangoon is Chinese for ravioli. I'm an even subscribe, Brody. Thank you. Come on. We'll take all we can get. Can you mew? Mew? Sure I can. You want to eat some good food? Turkish food always hit the spot, Brody. My name is Jake. I don't know who Brody is, but you know what? I've never had Turkish food. I would like to try it. I don't even know what Turkish food is. I have had Jamaican food. It's mostly goat, but it's actually quite good. Spicy, but good. Kind of like Indian food. A lot like Indian food. I never had Rangoon. You should try it. It's actually good. Ragoon. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's good. It's like it looks like a ravioli, and they put crab meat in it and then pinch it at the top, so it's got kind of like a flour at the top of bread or whatever that is, dough, and then they deep fry it, so it's like a little pouch. It's delicious. I don't know what else they put in it. Crab meat and something else makes it sweet, but it's good. Oh, Brody means my friend, like bro or friend. Okay, I got you. Sorry. Where you from, Ottoman? Me neither, Amanda says to Fab. You've never had Rangoon? Well, I implore you, go out right now to a Chinese restaurant and get you an order of it immediately. You can't live another day without having tried it. And get some egg drop soup and dip it in there and then eat it. Crab Rangoon. That's right, Richard. United Divide. Great playing. Thank you, United Divide. I like your name. Kind of reminds me of my name. Ottoman says I'm half Turkish and half Dutch. So is it a Dutch oven or a Turkish delight? Which is it? You see what I did there? I've been eating for 30 years, says Richard. Me too. At least. Blindsided, Bon Iver. I don't know Blindsided, Caribou. I think you're talking about a song. The last Chinese I had was egg rolls, says Fab Daddy, right? Great play in Habanez? Nope. This is what is known as a Stratacoustic. You see the name in there? It's a Fender Stratacoustic. It's probably backwards on the phone. It's a Fender Stratacoustic. Anyway, it's a lovely... If you know anything about guitars, look at that neck. That is an electric guitar neck on an acoustic guitar with a fiberglass back. So it's got a great sound. Hello, Sashu. Good to see you again. The wild meat, says Caribou. Oh. Ottoman says, not gonna lie, Brody Dutch oven is really something American. I know. I was joking. Get it? Dutch oven, Turkish delight. Both of those things are American. Neither one of those things are Turkish or Dutch. It was possibly too clever. I'm sorry. Yes, I love it, says unedited. United Divide. But Turkish delight hit the spot, though sometimes. Right? Sashu says it doesn't become backwards on the phone. A camera is not a mirror. Well, it's backwards when I look at it, so I didn't know if it was backwards when you're looking at it. I didn't say it was a mirror, but most of the time phones are flipped. You know what I mean? You have to go in and set it to flip the other way for some reason. And sometimes that happens. But if you can read it, then that's perfect. Because it looks backwards to me. Like right now, that flag behind me says Tnebdenimi. It's not what it says. 7 Spanish angels. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying, please forgive me, in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. There were 7 Spanish angels, took another angel home. Well, well, well. That's a good song right there. That's a good song. Thank you, Dennis. Not sure why I said Ibanez. I meant Fender, LOL. Mahabone. Hi, Sashu, says Amanda. Hello, Amanda, says Sashu. Des Bigfoot says 7 Spanish Angels. That's a great song. Nah, Turkish Delight is something Turkish. It is a sweet thing. And to us, it's a type of tobacco. So I guess it's a sweet tobacco, like a little cigar that has a cherry flavor or something like that. That's what we call them anyway. Candy, says Ottoman. Howdy, Bailey. Welcome. We eat it like when someone is married. Okay, Turkish Delight. So it's like a dessert. Cool. I learn something new every day. Amanda says, hi, Bailey. You can read the flag? Well, that's fantastic. It's backwards looking at it from this perspective. Because I guess maybe it's backwards because I'm looking at an image of me being projected at me as a monitor. So maybe that's why it's backwards. Weird. Anyway. Took another angel home. That's a great song. I need to learn all the words to that song. It's a good one. Can you sing Fast Cars by Tracy Chapman? I never learned Fast Cars, but I did learn that one that she did. You know, the... Give me one reason to stay and I'll turn this car around. You know that one? Because I used to have a girl in the band. Give me one reason to stay here and I'll turn this car around. Anyway, Tracy Chapman, Fast Cars. I'll put that on a list, Stashu, and I'll learn it for you. Amanda says, like, subscribe, share, support, and join. Please, everybody. We need all the help we can get around here. And we're a brand new monetized channel, so we need all the support we can get. So if you haven't done so already and you'd like to do so and get really interested in some very deep rabbit holes with yours truly on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, hit that join button. You'll never regret it. I guarantee it. April says, hi, newcomers. Welcome. Yes, welcome. Ottoman says, you're Christian, Brody. Yes, I am. Or do you believe in God? I do. Well, that's... I know God. There's a difference. I used to believe in Santa Claus when I was a child. So, and not that way, I don't believe in God. I believe in God in a very spiritual, I have experienced it way. I am a pastor. That's what I do on Sundays and Mondays. I teach Bible. It's not a preachy thing. It's not Bible thumpery, but it is educational. And I implore you to come by and check it out. Sundays and Mondays at 8:30 and 8 respectively, right here on Untethered Live. And I will go book, chapter, verse, explanation, understanding all the way through it from cover to cover and tell you what every single thing means and put it in terms you can understand. So I hope that's what you're asking. Nicolette Larson, R.I.P., says Chad. I don't know who that is, but R.I.P. Turkish Delight is a candy for me, Jake, says Fab Daddy. Okay, I didn't know. He was telling me what it was to him, and he's Turkish, so. Amanda says, Ottoman, he's a pastor. Yes. It is, Fab Daddy, says Ottoman. Sally. Girl, you better slow that Mustang down. Mustang Sally, baby. Girl, you better slow that Mustang down. You've been riding all over town. Girl, you better put your flat feet on the ground. Yeah. I bought you a brand new Mustang, 1965. Here you come around, sing my woman. How you won't let me ride Mustang Sally now, baby. This is a blues song. We've been playing probably about 25 years. There's all kinds of versions of it. It's in the key of C, for those of you guitar players that want to know. And it's real fun, especially when the whole band is there and the drums go. Pick it back, pick it back, pick it back. But the worst part of the song is the words. Said all you wanna do is ride around Sally. What? All you wanna do is ride around Sally. This works better with a crowd, obviously. All you wanna do is ride around Sally. All you wanna do is ride around Sally. All right, I'm starting to feel dumb now. One of these early morning, girl, you're gonna wipe your weeping eyes. All right. There you go. A little blues for you. I call that a North Carolina delight. Turkish people eat grape leaves. Grape leaves? Is that baklava? Is that what that is? What is baklava? Does anybody know? Because I really want to. Because when I ate it, it tasted like somebody took a bunch of oak leaves and poured honey all over it. That's what it tasted like. And that's true, Ottoman says. It's called sarma, Brody. Gotcha. That's a good song, says Amanda. Thank you. United Divide, says Tracy Chapman. I already tried. Do grape leaves taste like grapes, says Buck's Backyard Toys. Probably not. They probably taste like leaves. But I'm just guessing here. Having never actually eaten grape leaves. No, says Ottoman. Not really. You really don't taste it. Tashu says, you're good on guitar. You must have been popular with the ladies. Must have been. I still am, baby. I still am. Every day. But thank you for asking. Or thank you for noticing, rather. And I appreciate that compliment. It means a lot. And I've been doing it a long time. I don't know if I'm any good at it, but I do it. Hi, April, says Bucks. Buck, what kind of backyard toys do you have? Amanda says, hi, Bucks. And April says, hey, Buck, how are you? Ottoman says, that's nice, Brody. I hope God is happy with you. With what you're doing. I'm myself a Muslim. Well, that's quite all right. I have a few Muslims come by and see me from time to time. Your book and my book ain't that dissimilar apart from the main thing. And, maybe I can sway your mind. Come on by and check it out. If not, maybe you'll learn something about us that you didn't know. But I'm always open to questions and curiosities, and so whatever. And It's not my job to judge you. So Muslim or not, as long as you don't try to kill me, we're all good. And before you get offended about that, this is what the book says. So it ain't my fault. Don't get offended about that. I don't care either way. Ottoman says, that's nice, Brody. I hope God is it. I read that one. Dennis says, hit that like button, please. Thank you, Dennis. There, we're getting closer. There's 15 people in chat and 13 likes. That means 3 of you need to hit that button. What have I got to do? I'll eat anything that you want me to eat, and I'll swallow anything that you want me to swallow. So come on down, I'll chew on a dog. Yeehaw. Where's that movie from? What movie is that from? But I have respect for every religion, every religious belief. Well, thank you. And I do too. I don't think they're correct, but I do respect them, and I respect anybody that believes, because the fool hath said there is no God. Everything else is speculation. What matters is that you know there's a God. That's the thing that matters. And so I respect that. This Sunday, can we read John 3:16? Is that one where Jesus and Nicodemus are talking? We are in the book of Psalms, Sashu. I can read John 3:16 for you right now. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believeth should not perish, but have everlasting life. That's John 3:16. And if you will come join us on Sunday, we'll be in the book of Psalms, and we will get to the book of John. We're not that far from it now. We got to get through Psalms and a couple other books, and we'll be there. So come join us. I think you'll stand to see some things that you didn't know were there. April says, woohoo. And Amanda says, we are in the book of Psalms right now, Sashu. See, I told you. Who cares? It's a C. What's a C? That's a C. Are you talking about the song? It is a C. Didn't I say that? Yeah, it is a C. Oh, because I was playing it. I got you. I was playing it in B flat. Well, that's because my voice is shot. I got COVID a while back, and it destroyed my vocal cords, and I haven't got my voice back yet. So I've had to down key everything to keep doing my job, because my voice is gone in the upper registers. I got plenty of low control. I can sing low all day long, but as soon as I hit a high note, it just craps out. There's nothing I can do about it. So say your prayers and maybe it'll come back. Ride, Sally, ride, says Amanda. See, she's singing with me. Waycross, Georgia. In the house, says Buck's backyard. Bucks, I'm from Sandersville, Georgia, so we're neighbors. I'm pretty sure my daddy hung out in Waycross a lot. Sashu says in John 3:16, also have the verse, kiss the Son, lest he be angry at you and you perish along the way. Mm-hmm. Kevin Cox says, now for dessert, Reese's Pieces. Ooh, that's nice. Ottoman says, baklava is a dessert that's made of pistachios with phyllo dough. Maybe you tried Greek baklava. Probably. It tasted like oak leaves. I don't know what it was made out of, but it tasted like I was chewing on oak leaves with honey all over it. And it was baked. So whatever that, I don't know what, it was good. It was just crunchy and strange. It might have been Greek. I don't know. And I remember it was like cutting little squares or triangles maybe, because I think they baked it in a casserole dish or something and then cut it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Amanda says it cut out the first part of the verse for some reason. I don't know why. What did? What I said? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Fab Daddy says baklava is nuts and thin flour, butter, and honey. Wow. Baklava. It sounds Klingon, I gotta be honest with you. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. That's what I said. Backyard says, go-karts. Go-karts are your toys? Yeah, I got a Harley Davidson. Top that, big boy. Otto says, it's not butter, honey. Everyone says, amen. Foxman, where's the button? Down at the bottom of the screen, Foxman. Right down, it's probably your left-hand corner. Right down there where it says save and all that stuff. Buck says, what's that song? She was the fastest thing in town. I stopped off at the quick stop for some beer and cigarettes. The old man got me and then he stared at my Corvette. Let's get to the chorus. Oh, she was hotter than a $2 pistol. She was the fastest thing around. All the mean every young man's dream. She turned every head in town. She was built for and also I'm glad that you dropped in. She reminds me of when I look back then. That's a good song. Great song, George Jones. You can't beat George Jones. Don't know all the words to any song, but that's okay. They ain't never stopped me before. I don't know the words to any song, and I've been singing for 20 years. Actually, I've been singing for like 35 years. God, I'm getting old. Fab Daddy says, Ottoman, that's a margarine commercial. No, it's not. This is a margarine commercial. I can't believe it's not butter. You can't believe it's not butter. I can't believe it's not butter. No, it's not butter, really. That's a margarine commercial. Then it says, it was 27 in chat. When I said that about the likes, Jake. Yep, there's 27 people in chat. That's right. And it's going up and down. Now there's 20. There was 15. So we're doing good. Colin Hill, the middle. What's up, my brother? My dog is doing better. That's fantastic, Colin. See, prayer does work. Show up on Sunday and do your Bible study now. God answers prayers. That's the moral of that story. Oh, Brody. The book doesn't say kill innocent lives or kill people with other religions. It doesn't say anything like that. Yes, it does. You need to read it. Yes, it does. If you'll give me about 24 hours, I'll tell you what verse it is, since I don't have a Quran. I have to go look it up. But it does say it. I have read it. Trust me on that. Which is why I question it. It also says that the word of God is true. And so it's true. I'm not prepared to make this argument. But I will be. If you give me 24 hours, I'll be prepared to make this argument. How about that? I tell you what, what's today? Friday. Come Sunday at 8 o'clock, right here, Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is for you, but it's 8 p.m. here. And at 8 p.m. sharp, Eastern Standard Time, I will present that argument properly and give you all the facts and show you where it says that. I will. If you'll give me that much time. But either way, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I don't care. What I care about is people have to believe that there is a higher thing than they are, that they're not the be-all, end-all of all things. If you believe that, you have my respect. I don't judge you either way. I was just making an offhanded comment, and apparently it hit a button. I didn't mean it to, but there it is. And Fab Daddy says, that's good news, Colin. Vincent Bell, we are not unique. I am an embalmer, and when you die, there is nothing. We are simply worm food. You are incorrect, Vincent. You're absolutely incorrect. You're correct that we are not unique. That is correct. The fact that there's nothing, you just answered your own question. You are an embalmer. The spirit has already left the body when you get it. All you get is worm food. You don't know what happens to that spark of divinity that does not die. Because if you believe in science, then you believe that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted into other forms of energy. Period. So, you're wrong. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. Fool. Change that think. Pick up a Bible. Bucky's Backyard Toy says, faith, there is only one God. That's correct. Colin Hildebettel says, also, I'm eating buffalo wings right now with red hot link sausage and fried zucchini. Well, that's a strange combination of foods. You're going to be pooting all the way to bed, buddy. Ottoman says, if Jesus would be God's son, could you explain to me why God would choose Jesus over all the other prophets? Absolutely, I could. I can explain exactly why. Would you like me to right now, tonight? Instead of hanging out and chilling, would you like me to get serious? Okay. God created the world, and in it, he created all the people. But he looked and something was missing. So he created Adam in the Garden of Eden. He placed him in the garden eastward in Eden. And then he created an helpmeet for him, Eve, right? So Adam and Eve were the first of the Adamic race. How do I know this is true? Because a lot of Christians will tell you that there's two origin stories in Genesis, but there's not. Because the first time it says Eth ha-Adam, which means man of the dirt. The second time it uses the word Adam, which is a name, not a title. So the word Adam means ruddy complected, to show blood in the face, which means pale skinned. Everyone else didn't have that. So everybody else was here first. But then there was a specific breed of person put on this earth in Garden of Eden, Adam. And from Adam would come the line of people that would lead to Abraham. And from Abraham would be the line of people that would lead to the 12 tribes of Israel, all 12. One of those being the tribe of Judah, the lion, the king line of the 12 tribes. There's a priest line, Levi. There's a king line, Judah. There's a flea market line, Reuben. Come on. Anyway, there's a sandwich line. Anyway, so Jesus is the culmination. You see, if God's plan would have worked without fail, Adam and Eve would have had a child, and that child would have been Abel, and that child would have had a child, and that child would be Jesus. That's not what happened. The reason that didn't happen is because of the serpent. The serpent is Satan. He beguiled Eve. He caused her to sin. He introduced seed into her, which caused her to have a child that was not of that bloodline, because that bloodline was perfect. Well, he corrupted that bloodline. So from that child forward, that bloodline was corrupted. So there was another child born between Adam and Eve called Seth, and that bloodline was perfect, except the damage has already been done, and this is a second child or third child. So now you have to go through all the bloodlines to get back to that perfect DNA. 100% priest and 100% king. Who's that? That's Jesus, right? King of kings, Lord of lords, priest of priests, whatever you want to call him. All right. Mary was not some 14-year-old hottie that God had the hots for and just couldn't stand it. She had perfect DNA. That's why she was favored by God, because her father is Heli and her mother was a priestess. Heli is a king, by the way, of Judah, and her mother, Maria, was a priestess of Levi. So them two getting together, having a child, Mary would have 50% Judah, 50% Levi. That's the perfect combination to give birth to the child Jesus. which will be 100% of both in God's math. So God favors Mary. Mary has a child, it's Jesus. Look up what the word Emmanuel means. Look up what the word Christos means. And then you'll understand. Both of those mean anointed and respectively God with us. That's Jesus Christ. Yes, he is God's only begotten son, which means God physically did the deed with Mary. So she begot a child in the flesh with the Spirit holy. The Holy Spirit is in Jesus. That means Jesus is God. Right? Now, I don't teach the Trinity on my channel. The reason I don't teach the Trinity is not because I don't believe in the Trinity. It's because I cannot articulate it in a way that will make sense to the layman, the average person, or even to the scholar for that matter, because they can't seem to do it either. It's a very complicated situation. How can God be in two places at once? Well, most likely because he's God. That's the only reason I know of. But he is in two places at once. He is God and he is Jesus. Now, you want confirmation of that? John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. Who's the Word? The Word is the Logos. The Logos is the anointed one. That's Christ. That's Jesus Christ. Logos. That's the Logos of God, or the Holy Spirit of God. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God, period. Is that true? Is that statement true? Is God Jesus, and is Jesus in the beginning? Well, if you're a Muslim, then you shouldn't have no problem understanding Hebrew, right? Go back and read Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew and break it down to its letters, and you'll find Christ right at the beginning, the first letter in the Bible. The second letter in the Bible is God. Interestingly enough, both of those words make up another word, Bereshit. Go look it up. You'll find it. That's the Son of God in the beginning. That's why he chose Jesus over all other prophets. A prophet hears God and repeats God. Jesus was not just a prophet. He was God himself. He is God and repeated himself. See the difference? That's why. I hope that helps. Moving on. Then it says, have you died before, Mr. Bell? Question mark. Probably not. Vincent Bell says, we are no more important than any other animal. Really? Are you sure about that, Vincent Bell? I don't see any other animals driving cars. I don't see any other animals building houses. I don't see any other animals having an IQ above 3. So mind your business. No, I don't mean that. I mean, pay attention. The world's bigger than you think it is. Sashu says, please review the series, The Chosen, when you have time. It's about Jesus and his followers, and I liked it so much, even as a Hindu, specifically the part where he walks on water. Sashu, I've seen Chosen, and it is a good movie. It's not biblical, though, so I want you to be careful of this, because The Chosen is a television show, and it's Hollywooded up for that reason. Things are changed, words are simplified, ideas are condensed. It's not biblical, but it's a good show. I have no problem with The Chosen, but just know that's not where you need to learn about Jesus. You need to learn about Jesus in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and the rest of the Bible. But start there, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Read all of them, and then read the rest of the Bible. Okay? But Sashu, The Chosen is a good show. But just know that it's TV, not Bible. Amanda says, no, never mind. When I typed it before, I corrected it. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I take it. I typed it before you quoted it. Okay, there you go. Oh, you're talking about the John 3:16 thing. Okay, never mind. Jacksonville Kid. Hank Williams Sr., mind your own business. What's it, mind your own business? Mind your own business. Hey, mind your business, and you won't be mine. something like that. It's a good song. I also like, yeah, my bug's got a hole in it. Yeah, my bug's got a hole in it. Yeah, my bug's got a hole in it. I can't buy no beer. 1996 Honda VLX Daily Driver. Cool. I need one of those. I got 3 Honda lawnmowers and 1 Husqvarna. Pray for me, says Duck Life. Father in heaven, we ask that you put your hands on Duck Life and all people in the chat, and your will be done in their lives. We ask for praise. We ask for mercy. We ask for forgiveness. Thank you, Father, in your Son, Jesus Christ's precious name. Amen. That help? Dennis says, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How about cooking something up for me? That's too high for me. I can't sing that. Hey, good looking. It's up there. Anyway, good one. 25 now, says Dennis. 13 now. Boy, I'm way behind, ain't I? Can you pray for me? I did. 33 now. Back to 21. Fat Daddy says, translation from Islam to English is difficult. I'm sure it is. I can do it, though. El Pineapple. What's up, El Pineapple? Hello. Hi, El Pineapple, says Amanda. Buckeyes Toy says, I'll pray for you, Duck Life. Everybody pray for Duck Life. Hello from Russia, says Oleg Gibson. Oleg, welcome. Fab Daddy says, prayers. Colin Hildebiller, who created Jesus, Jake? God did. In the form of Mary. And who created God? No one. You see, we are human beings. That means that we were born and we die. That means that all we know is what's inside of time, space, and matter. We know a beginning and an end. God said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. I am always. I am everywhere. I am the Alpha and the Omega, or the Aleph and the Tav, if you're Hebrew. Anyway, what that means is that God existed outside of time, space, and matter. None of this existed, not even time itself, and God spoke it into existence, which means he's outside of it, which means his lifespan is in a way that we can't grasp. We cannot understand it. We've never experienced anything like that. So there's no way for us to rationalize it. Just know that he always has been and always will be, as far as we're concerned, inside of time, space, and matter. That's the best I can answer that, because I don't know no more than you know. But what I do know is that we are here, and that is improbable to the nth degree. We should not be. Furthermore, everything on this planet and everything outside of this planet seems to be conveniently fine-tuned just to the point that makes it possible for us to be here. And everything requires something else that's here. There is not one wasted thing. Everything has a symbiotic relationship with everything else. That's how you know God did it. That's how you know it was created. There is no other way to see it. And I hope that helps you. Kevin says, good night, Jake. Good night, Kevin. I love you, buddy. Hit that join button. Subscribe button. Press the thumbs up. Feed Jake. He's been a good dog. El Pineapple says, hello from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. Amanda says, I'm an Ohio boy. I'm an Ohio boy. That's what I'm talking about when my life runs out. I'm an Ohio boy. Who sang that song? I think that's how that goes. I don't know. Ask David Allen Coe. I was on the road with that guy. Don't worry about it. He's from Chillicothe Reformatory. You know where that's at? It's up there near Akron, Ohio. Amanda says, Florida here, L. Pineapple. Foxman says, where are your Bible studies? All right, if you go to my channel and go over to playlists, open up the playlists and look for Untethered Live Bible Study, click that playlist and they're all in there. There's a lot of them, so have fun. But if you want more than Bible study, if you want one-on-one information, if you want Q&A from you to me directly with me able to sit and think about it instead of reading chat and doing all this, if you want deep dives into your favorite subjects such as John 3:16 on a particular night like Saturday, if you want real inside knowledge, inside baseball knowledge of the Bible, if you want real secret mysteries, if you want real hidden truths, hit that join button. You'll never regret it. I guarantee it. Hit it a couple times. But playlists, Untethered Live Bible Studies. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. But you read the different categories. The one that they're in, it says it, Bible study. All right. Night Kevin says, Amanda. Fab Daddy says, later, Kev. Fab Daddy says, hello, Oleg. Amanda says, Sunday at 8 and Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's when it goes live. But he was asking where they were in the channel. Ottoman says, you are yapping. I am yapping. That's my job. I'm supposed to, but I'm also correct. Yapping. Good night, Jake. Be kind. Please rewind, says Fab Daddy. I will. Thank you. Good night, Fab Daddy. God bless you. See you Sunday. Ottoman says, sorry, nope. God will help you to the good path. Well, he already has, Ottoman, and not nope. I have Bible to back up what I just said. I can show you every line where it proves it over and over and over again. Saying no ain't sufficient. If you want to test me on it, you're going to have to show me where I'm wrong. You can't just say I'm wrong and expect that to work because I come prepared. Amanda says, good night, Fat Daddy. Ottoman says, bye, Brody. Later, Ottoman. Richard Duggan says, respect everyone's beliefs. I do. But in respecting one's beliefs, we should be able to have a conversation about the differences between the two without being upset or running away. Because that's not how you win debates or minds. And since I'm able and capable of changing my mind, if you can present me with some evidence that I will see as rational and backed up all the way to Antioch and further, then I will believe you and I will change my way of thinking. But if I show you the evidence and you turn around and run, that doesn't bode well for your religion now, does it? Or your belief system or your ideology, because that's really what's happening. It's clashing of ideologies. It has nothing to do with belief system. It has to do with what you believe spiritually, your ideology, what you have programmed yourself to think. If you can't be wrong, your religion isn't correct. And I can be wrong. But I try very hard as a pastor and a teacher of this material to be correct in my statements. That doesn't mean that I personally cannot be incorrect. But when I pull it from the Bible is right. It just is. It's been proven 10 ways from Sunday. It's right in every way. So I trust it. That is the authority, and that's what I appeal to. That is not my opinion. Those are facts. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But those facts are in the Bible. I can show them to you. I can make you see where I got that from, if you so choose. If not, then carry on. Believe what you want to believe, and I'll respect you for that. Sorry, Brody, you are a certified yapper. I am certified, as a matter of fact, in more than one way. Yes, I am a man of letters. I do have a few notches in my belt, as it were. A few brain cells worthy of degrees. But, I've got a few degrees too. 32 of them to be exact. How many do you have? I am a certified yapper and monetized. That's what that join button's all about. Check it out. Amen, says April. Sandro Brito says, prayers. Thank you, Sandro. April says, yeah, Ben says I worry about straying from God's path and encountering his wrath. The story of Ohala and Ohalabah from Ezekiel 23 comes to mind. Well, you probably should keep your eye on the ball then and stay on the path to God. Keep that Bible in your hand. Open it every day and read it for yourself. Never, ever listen to men, including this one, by the way. Yeah, let me guide you. That's fine. Let me inspire you to think, but you go look for yourself. You go find out whether it's right or not. And then you'll know. And it'll be firsthand knowledge, not something you remember somebody saying. God's will always wins. He loves all, says Pineapple 82 or 1872. That's right, Pineapple. You're absolutely right. And thank you for subscribing, El Pineapple. Welcome to the show. El Pineapple says, there can only be one. God is not Highlander. But you're right. There is only one God. Commandment number one is commandment number one for a reason. Richard Douglas says, water created life. No, water did not create life. Water can't create life. There's no mechanism by which water could create life. Water is one hydrogen, two oxygen atoms combined. That's it. It has no memory. It has no thought. It has no life. It cannot create anything. It is a container. Water is thicker oxygen. That's what it is. Are you saying oxygen created life? Or xenon gas? Or whatever? That's a moronic statement there, Richard. And I'm not calling you a moron. I'm saying the statement is moronic. Because there's no knowledge involved in saying that. Water is just there. It doesn't do anything. God created the water, though. That he did. El Pineapple says, yep. Amanda says, like, subscribe, share, support, and join, please. You won't regret it. And if you want to follow us on a personal level or communicate with the moderators or each other, go to the Untethered Live Facebook page. The link is in the chat. Check it out. You'll love it. Amanda says, there is only one God, El Pineapple. Ishan Muhammad says, where you get that accent from? That would be Georgia and Florida mostly. And a little bit of North Carolina. Where'd you get your accent from? Amanda said, it's a southern accent, Ishan. Sashu says, as a Hindu, I've been taught to be a vegetarian. I'm sorry. That all creation is God's. Why is it okay to eat meat in Christianity? Because meat is for food. That's what it's there for, to feed you. There are beasts of burden, there are scavengers, and there are meat that's made to be eaten, such as deer, kine, and that sort, and cattle, and that sort. So, sorry. That's why God created meat, to be eaten. That's why we have teeth and stomachs. Now, I'm not being hard on you because before the flood, everyone was a vegetarian, including the animals. Everyone. We all ate nuts and seeds and herbs and roots and that sort of thing. After the flood, it's a different story. Things have been turned up in the world. There's not as much ozone protecting us from the UV rays and that sort of thing. Now you need to eat to survive. Now you're not going to, also you don't live for 900 years. You live for 120 years. So you need to put some weight on your bones. And then God made it okay to eat. And that's what they did. That's why. Also, during his human life, did Jesus eat meat? Absolutely. Jesus ate meat. Of course he did. What do you think they were eating at the Last Supper? Didn't Jesus say man cannot live by bread alone? He was talking about spiritual enlightenment as well, but my point remains the same. Sashu says, I ask all of that in good faith, and I answer it all in good faith. Sashu, and I love the questions. That's what you're here for, to ask questions you don't know the answers to and let me try to answer them. And I hope that I'm doing a sufficient job at that, and I hope you enjoy the results. Amanda says, Southern USA. American flag, American flag. Ishan says, thanks, Amanda. X's from the UK. I will visit America in the next 2 months. Well, come on, Ishan. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your visit. Amanda says, cool. Hope you enjoy it. And welcome to the channel. Yes, definitely. Ishan says, thank you, XX. What is XX? Is that kiss, kiss or hug, hug? One of those? I never know which one's which. Is it hugs and kisses or kisses and hugs? I don't know. Foxman says, found the button. It would be your top left. Thank you. Top left? Top left. Okay. But there it is. Amanda says, good job, Fox. And Michael Wagner says, when did the flood happen? About 4,500 years ago. Somewhere in that vicinity. Not exactly sure the date, but it was about 4,500 years ago. 2,000 years ago was Jesus. We're getting close to 2,500 years ago was Jesus. And then 2,000 years before Jesus was the flood. So there you go. And then 2,000 years before that was creation. So 246. Do I think the earth is only 6,000 years old? I have no idea how old the earth is. But from the Garden of Eden when Adam was created to now was about 6,000 years. Meat is protein. It's brain power, says Richard. Correct. Which, by the way, man evolved. Did they now? Why aren't they still evolving? How come there are no monkeys starting to build houses? Or developing feet that can fit in a shoe? Did he? I don't think you know what you're talking about. Going to sub to your very honest man. Thank you, Ishan. And please come sub. I welcome you to be here. And I am trying to be honest. Amanda says, thanks, Ishan. And Michael Wagner says, do you believe in evolution? I believe it's stupid. I believe that under any scrutiny whatsoever, it falls completely apart. I believe that it's a sorry excuse for science, and I believe that it has hindered people from actually learning anything for the past 150 years. Yeah, I believe in evolution. You will give it 50,000 years. Really? Guess what? Not going to happen. 50,000 years ago, we were exactly the same as we are now. If we were ever there. I personally think the dates are wrong. I personally think that it's a lot closer than science is trying to make it sound. That's my opinion. I have no backing up on that other than what I've observed in the world. And that is something to be said, even though you may not believe it. That's fine. If I were to take you through my life and showed you everything I've seen, you would believe the same thing I believe. But since you haven't seen what I've seen, you're going to have to either take my word for it or prove me wrong, or continue believing whatever nonsense you were fed as a child. But I assure you, evolution ain't the right answer. Guess who else thinks that? Most scientists. Real ones. Anyway. Amanda says, no such thing as evolution. I believe that things adapt. I do believe that. I've seen that. I can witness that. And, you know, science is a thing that you can test and prove. You can witness it happen. That's science. Everything else is speculation. I've seen things adapt. I've never seen anything change. It doesn't happen. Sorry. Michael Wagner says, how come every living being shares the same genetic code? Well, that's obvious, Michael. How come every single car on planet Earth has the same kind of lug nuts? Does that mean that they all evolved from a skateboard millions of years ago? How come a fork and a spoon and a knife can be arranged in order of evolution? Does that mean that the spoon started out as a knife and became a fork? No. Everything has the same genetic code because it was created by the same designer. It's all created by the same thing for the same purpose. That's why everything is similar but different. You also have the same DNA as a cloud and a watermelon and a banana. Are you related to those things, you think? Oh, eukaryotes, huh? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know words. Come on. Oh, geez, says Amanda. Hour 200. Okay, 200K. Well, you believe whatever nonsense you want to believe. You want to believe you can kiss a frog, turn into a prince? Go ahead. You'll just get warts on your lips. And no prince. Suki Butler says, can you sing Let It Go from Frozen? I cannot. I haven't even seen Frozen, Suki. I'm sure it's a good movie, though. Michael Wagner says, we can literally see bacteria evolve and acquire mutations that make them resist antibiotics. Well, first of all, a mutation is a negative thing, not a positive thing. That's not evolution. That doesn't support your theory because mutations are errors in the code, not adaptations. Second of all, a bacteria isn't even alive. It has a function, but it doesn't live. It can't live outside of a host. You take it out of the host, it dies. That's not life. Life can live by itself and feed itself. That's life. That's how you a living thing. It's also a clone of the thing before it. So it's more like a plant than it is a living thing. Plants are not biblically alive in that sense either. That's why the Bible never describes them as something that dies, but rather something that withers, because it can rebud later or be cloned and grafted onto something else and grow continuously. All trees are clones of the trees that came before them. They are not unique individuals. All of them, which means they started out as the first tree, not a seed, because there is no way by which a seed can evolve from anything prior to a seed. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer will shock you. The chicken, fully grown and ready to lay an egg, because that's the only way you can get an egg, which are what chickens come from, in case you didn't know. So, sorry, evolution falls short. Very short. And bacteria, come on. Show me one bacteria turn into a butterfly and you might have something there. Otherwise, stop bringing up nonsense that doesn't make any sense, because you're talking to a guy that understands that, okay? And I know what a eukaryote is. No, Suki, it's copyright. It belongs to Disney and they won't allow him to sing it. There you go, Suki. Amanda told you the truth. Now that the channel is monetized, I have to be very selective in how much of a song I sing and what I can sing. Because some of them, they'll get us demonetized immediately. I work very hard to get this channel. I'm not trying to throw it away. And sorry. Richard gets retracted. Michael Wagner says, how come we are genetically more closely related to apes than we are to fish? Well, that depends on which scientist you talk to, because some of them say we came out of the ocean and some of them say we came from apes, and neither one of them can prove that, because it's just paper with words written on it. None of it is evidence. They have never shown that we are genetically similar to an ape, and which, by the way, if you've ever seen the genome, it is an incredible amount of numbers. It's a library of numbers. To be 98% close to something, that other 2% is a world of information. It is not the 98% you think of if you're looking at something that's 100%, like something you can visualize. A genome is vast, has a whole lot of code in it. Those 2%, a lot fits in that 2%, a lot more than what you think. It's not that unique to say we're so similar. We're 98% same. No, we're not. We have 98% the same kind of coding. We are not 98% the same. Look at your feet. Look at your thumbs. Look at your nostrils. Look at that bone right here between your eyes. Apes don't have any of those. Go away. I don't mean that. Stay. I like the questions. I like the pushback. Michael says bacteria definitely live outside the host. Do they now? Prove it. Prove it. Sashu says, thank you for everything, Pastor. I do believe much of what you say might be right. Your heart is definitely in the right place. God bless you. I'll join you next time. Please do. Come on, Sashu. I'll be here Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's in the United States. So wherever you are, find out when 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is. That's New York time, in case you don't know. And we'll be here. And I have the propensity to be wrong. And I'll be the first one to tell you that. I don't think I am, but I can be wrong. But I make every effort to be right. I try very hard to give you correct information that you can go and find yourself and research yourself and get the same answer, which is more than what people that holler evolution do, because they'll just berate you with nonsense and then go running off as soon as you make a point they can't refute. That happens. So I won't do that. I'll fight you to the bitter end if I disagree with you, and I will stand with you to the bitter end if you're beating me, because I don't run from a fight. I don't run from things I don't know. I'll go find out, and then I'll come back better prepared. That's how it's supposed to be. So you can trust in that, Sashu, and I appreciate you. Come on back. And Amanda says, thanks, Sashu. See you then. All right. We have gotten pretty close to 10 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It's 10:16. I got to go to bed. Saying things like, show me a bacteria turning into a butterfly shows how little you understand about basic biology. Really, what do you understand about basic biology? Because I'd like to get into it with you. You really want to get into the details? I was being facetious and you know it. And you also know that I can run circles around you with my eyes closed and half my brain skewered out with a spoon. Don't ever question me unless you've got something to back it up, buddy. You want to find out how little I know about something? Ask a question. Any question, I'll answer it. Doesn't matter what it is. Right here, live, for your entertainment. Can you do that? Are you prepared to do that? You're not. Okay. Michael, I understand basic biology, and I understand complicated biology, and I understand biology 101. I also understand other sciences, and some not so much as others, but all a little bit. You can easily sequence an entire genome and compare them. Michael, you are now just saying things that you have no way to back up. I'll tell you what, I would give you $100 bill today if you can easily, which I would say 5 hours. That's easy, right? In 5 hours, if you can sequence a genome, I will give you $100 bill today. But I want to see the evidence and I want to see your work. So take pictures while you're doing it. Do you even know the first steps to sequencing a genome? Do you have any idea how that's done? Beyond people in laboratories. Do you know what they're doing? Do you know what chemicals they use? Do you know how they go about it? Do you know what materials they use to test on? Do you know anything about genome sequencing? Because I'm willing to bet you don't. I'm willing to bet you watched Neil deGrasse Tyson say some shit and you're repeating it, hoping you'll feel smart in a crowd. That's not how smart works. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you can show me some evidence of what you're talking about, you can email me at untetheredlivestream@gmail.com. Untetheredlivestream@gmail.com and give me your evidence. And I will look it over. And if it's complete, I will mail you back $100 bill to your Cash App of choice. 5 hours. I'll be looking. Richard Duggan says, did God create dinosaurs and why? Well, because he wanted dinosaurs, and yes, this was a very different world pre-flood, very different environment. And it required big animals to do the things they needed doing. Yes, God created dinosaurs, and yes, they were here. You know, interestingly enough, that word dinosaur, I'm about to blow your mind now. You're really going to think I'm a nutcase after this. That word dinosaur was coined in 1802 by an English professor. Before that, they were called dragons, just so you know. The Queen Fighter. Hi. Welcome, Queen Fighter. Don't fight queens. They're sassy. Colin Hill, the middle. Jake, you would be the perfect granddad. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. But I'm not a granddad. I'm a dad, but not a granddad. But I'll be your buddy. How about that? Amanda says, hi, the Queen. Emery Halushka says, hey, baby. Hey, baby. How you doing? Amanda says, looks like fishing to me. I'm just saying. Whatever. I'm here for the game. Also, not every genetic mutation is bad. Really? What genetic mutation is good? Show me one. One. Mutations can be beneficial if they confer an advantage to its organism. Well, that's what every textbook in America says. You're absolutely right. If you've ever been to school past the first grade, you've heard somebody say that. That's right. Except for one little problem. They never are shown to be beneficial in any way or advantageous in any way. A mutation is an error in the code. That's where it breaks, where it doesn't do what it's intended to do. That's a mutation. There are no beneficial mutations. Nowhere on planet Earth. Sorry. I've looked. Michael Wagner says, I can't type fast enough to respond to everything you're saying. Get a podcast. Yell it to your phone. That's how it works. Michael, you have my email address, untetheredlivestream@gmail.com. You can fashion your letter at your leisure. And when I receive it, I will look over your notes. And if they are comprehensive, I will send you a $100 bill. But they won't be comprehensive because you don't understand the process. You're repeating things that other people have said to you or books have said to you. That's not intelligence. That's memory. You see the difference? Intelligence is being able to think for yourself and able to form your own thoughts, to test something with your own hypotheses and come up with a concrete conclusion of your own evolution. That's smart. You've never done that. Stop listening to other people and go look with your eyes at the world in front of you and see what it is. Face reality. Get out of the programming. I bet you think the world is round too. I'm here all week, folks. All right. Yes, says Michael. 10:16. I'm going. Michael says, I work in basic science labs and I have an MD. Well, fantastic. You should be able to form quite the coherent sentence in your email to me, then shouldn't you? And you should know exactly the questions I ask, which are, how do you sequence a genome? By which method do you use? What chemicals are involved? What techniques are involved? What materials are involved? How do you come by the answer of what a sequenced genome is? Simple, right? Easy. You can easily sequence a genome. I want to see it. Name all 4 bases in DNA, please. Come on, man. Foxman says, I knew I liked you the first time I ran into you. Thank you, Foxman. I appreciate you, sir. LOL, Foxman. He's freaking awesome, and I love him, says Amanda. Shh. You can hire a company to do it, says Michael. Yeah, but that's not what you said now, is it? You said you can easily sequence a genome. So put your money where your mouth is. Are you going to send me $100 if you can't do it? I don't think you will. But I'll stand by my word. If in 5 hours you present me with a fully sequenced genome and you understand what it is you just did, I will send you a $100 bill to your Cash App. Period. And when I send you that $100, I'll tell you what DNA is in its entirety. But I'm not going to brag here when I got to go to bed. I ain't got time to get into it. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of which, thank you all so much for being here. Won't you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm going to be online. Smash that like button. It's free. It's right in front of you. It's effortless, and it really does help the channel with the algorithms. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about. Question me, curse me, bless me, challenge me, confront me, conform me, drink my Kool-Aid, make your own Kool-Aid. As long as you're thinking critical, that's what I want. Critical thought coming from that brain of yours. And hey, share this video with somebody you love. But most of all, if you really want to be titillated and learn some stuff, if you're one of those people that actually can learn some stuff, hit that join button. It's important. You'll see things you've never saw before. You'll get answers you've never heard before. Nowhere else will you find this information except right here. Hit that join button. You'll never regret it. And if you'd like to support my work in another way, you can go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand, paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand, or if you're a Cash App user, $JakeJohnsonBand, $JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps. It's a win-win. It's a blessing to me, but it's a blessing to you too, because it motivates me to get really mouthy. I got to go to bed. I love you guys, each and every one of you, even the ones I disagree with, even the ones that push back the hardest. Those are the ones I like. So keep it coming. I'll see you guys Sunday night, 8 p.m. right here on Untethered Live. Thank you for being with me. God bless you. God keep you. God refill this cup of coffee. Thanks for watching. Foxman, the join button is at the bottom or the top of the video. Press it.